Hey, Mark, fake banter for the intro.
That's all I know how to do.
Great.
Good to be here.
Welcome to Tuesdays with
Stories.
Hit her in the face with a surfboard.
And then the duck fell out of his bag.
Surf's up. And she didn't even flush.
Knock, knock.
Who's there? Mark Norman and Joe List.
Yeah! This is Tuesdays with Stories, everybody.
No, that's terrible.
This is supposed to be cheesy.
My radio is spitting at me.
Hey, we're here. We're queer. We're at the Gotham studios because we're in between butt cheeks.
We're in between the cheeks, but I gotta give a shout out to, do we say his name? Matt Peters, Gotham Studios. I mean, every time I come here, I'm blown, Jerry.
Blown.
I am blown. Although we're not switching cameras, it looks like. That doesn't matter, right? If they don't do it in real time.
Where are the cameras?
I'm here, folks. But
Shucks.
yeah, we're here, Gotham Studios. This is the best podcast studio in New York City.
You got that right.
Bar none, hands down, cheeks closed, come on my tits.
Yes. Oh, did we make it 30 seconds before we said come?
Oh, don't worry about that.
All right, YouTube's trying to put us right in the pooper, put a big old black dildo in our ass.
Well,
but...
we've been demonetized for 11 years, and we're staying demonetized, baby. We can
suck it.
We'll make money elsewhere. We'll have a yard sale or something. Oh, my God, that scared the hell out of me.
Hey, you're getting kicked out. This
Thank
is the
you
eviction
very
notice.
much.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Can you turn the heat off? Thank
Heat
you.
is on.
All right, you're a fucking peach. God bless
I'm
America.
thrown up on the red light. It's going to be on all of us, right? The red light here on this camera?
Camera with a red light on. He's worried that that's
They're all recorded.
Oh, okay,
All
great.
right.
I was nervous. I wasn't going to...
Focused on.
I got you. I was worried I wasn't going to make an appearance in this episode. People
Oh,
would be
the
thrilled.
fans could only hope.
Yeah, they'd be the happiest. Look at, I got 3 beverages. What am I? What's going on here?
What are you, J-Lo? Can't
She
make
have a
eye
lot of-
contact.
She has a lot of beverages?
Well, she's high maintenance, I hear.
I see. I love the studio, and there's like 15 studios in here, and I've been in all of them, and they went the extra mile and decorated for
Look
us.
at that. They threw a little blurry Larry David in the corner. That's a nice touch there.
That's very nice, and I've never even seen this in my life. Or
Oh.
that. I tried to avoid that, and this is nice. I mean, Outlaw Joey List. My Uncle Dale still calls me that.
That Playboy is a Jerry reference. He did,
Oh,
he did a
right.
Playboy in 1994 where he's on the cover with a bunch of whores in a phone booth.
Oh, yeah, somebody sent that to us.
Oh, yeah. I jerked off to it.
We got to get a studio. We got to figure this thing out ASAP.
We got some feelers out there. I thought I had a lock on a guy, and he goes, $250 an hour. And I'm such a tard. I go, this is the best deal. I can't wait to tell the boys. And
That was a
then
great text.
This guy came in with a little number crunch in, and boy, I almost jumped off a roof.
Yeah, you're like, I got a deal. We got a discount. And by the way, I was at that studio today, and that is just the going rate. It's not a discount at all.
Oh!
The guy was like, you should use our studio. It costs this much, and that's what you said. So you're
That-
getting porked.
That he fucked me right in the butthole.
Call in, email, call in, write us. Where do you want us to be? What do you want it to look like?
We have
'Cause they love the couch.
very simple parameters. Free, come in whenever we want, and record and leave. That's all we ask.
And you got to be okay with cum and the
Yes.
N-word and blood and shit and AIDS and tits.
Midgets, pedophiles, and tards.
Yeah, yelling full volume. That's okay.
Yeah, no neighbors, and we can chuck and fuck in there.
And don't dare make small talk with us.
Oh.
And yeah, that's just all we're looking for.
Is that so much to ask?
Yeah. And well, we're willing to go $80 each a month.
I like it. I like it. A month is good, yes.
$160 a month. That's okay.
And we can use a small room. We're like migrants. We're like a Chinese family. We can live in this tiny 200 square foot box if we need to. Yes. Translate that. It means we're in.
So, well, now you have a 7-bedroom fucking mansion in the Brooklyn. We could do it. Why don't you just make a podcast studio? Because you got to fill those rooms.
I do it to fill those rooms, and please, we could do it at my place. I feel selfish, but I'm down.
Well, you got the house. You got the
We got the
cups.
space.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, can we get a couple of blackjacks or jackrabbits or black people? What do you call these cameras? 5K.
Black magic.
Black magic.
Got a black magic camera.
Woman. Oh, yeah.
I went camera.
That was better.
That's something. We could do that.
Let's do it. I'm down, but there's going to be a crying baby in about 10 minutes.
Yeah, we have one at my house also, but you have 3 stories. 4 stories.
Yes.
That's 7 years ago.
I make a lot of stories. Yeah, so Tuesdays are stories. So come on by.
By the way, you got to come by because I have the Duna for you and I have a bouncy chair for you, which is fucking invaluable. My kid's too big for it, but it's a nice bouncy. You put him on it and you can use your foot like a bass drum.
Ooh.
And he does one of these things. So I got one of each.
Bring it on. Bouncy Castle.
Yeah, come by.
You go
Sexual.
Bouncy Castle or Spacewalk?
Spacewalk.
That was a southern thing. We called it a spacewalk.
No, it's a bouncy castle.
Because, you're like an astronaut on the moon.
I guess.
Spacewalk for rent. That was a big one.
Oh, wow. No, it's a bouncy castle, the great Brian Kiley joke.
Great joke.
I got a bouncy castle for my daughter's birthday. I paid for it with a bouncy check. Woo, boy. Chuck doesn't care for that one? That's a funny joke. Oh, it's warm. Yeah, it's heating up.
You got that right.
He's heating up.
NBA Jam?
Yeah.
Hey, great game.
You know what I did yesterday? Take a good guess what I did yesterday. You're not going to get it right.
Anal. You housed the homeless.
No, and no. I'm not going to do that kind of stuff. But what I did was I bought a new basketball a few weeks ago.
Oh.
Yesterday morning, I woke up bright and early like Rocky. I ate 3 eggs and a bag of pussy, and I walked over to the basketball court, and I just shot around by myself with my AirPods in. And between the legs, around the back, over the world, under the hoop, and I just shot around for about a half. I had a good sweat going.
Good for you.
Yeah, and then a pair of black kids showed up, and I got the hell out of there.
Yeah, they'll take the ball. Well, there's nothing like a new rock. That brand new ball with it's like a new condom. It's taut and the rubber is tight.
The smell, Jerry.
Yes.
It's so leathery, and the sound when you put your fingertips, it goes.
Yes.
It's nice, and the baby loves it. He's rolling around with it, and I just love it. So that's my new thing. And then day 2, it's raining. It's the worst when you're like, that's my thing. I wake up, I shoot hoops, it's focus and concentrate and gay and meditative and exercise, and then it's just raining, and I go, fuck it.
It's a great activity because you're working out, but you don't realize it. You're like, I got to go get the ball. But you're actually taking 8 steps. You're jumping, you're bobbing, you're weaving, you're queefing.
That's the only way for me to do cardio. I have to run, like a nice swift run, or play basketball or whatever it is, frisbee or swim, whatever. And then last night, I get the call from... should we bleep her name so people don't get fucking triggered? These fucking nitwits. Kerryn Feehan, my neighbor and friend and babysitter and lover. Whoop, bleep that. She texts and goes, hey, I got gigs. My dog walker's not around. Can you walk the dog? Which I've been fearing.
Ooh, that was coming. Well, what's good for the goose is good for the anal because she's been watching your dog for a while.
Exactly. And you can't be like, nah, I don't think so. That's the thing about favors.
That's true. It's like the mob.
People do you favors. Now it comes around, and now I gotta decorate Sonny's face. It doesn't look like he was shot.
And you're not a dog chap.
Well, I do like dogs. I'm terrified of strange dogs when they're like, arr, arr,
yeah, same.
They're assholes and the biting. But when I get to know a dog, I like the dog. Like people. I'm similar with people.
All right.
When you meet someone, they're like, you're going to be working with this guy, and you're like, I don't like his face.
Yeah, well, you and a dog, you both shit in a shoe, you both, eat horrible things.
Yeah, we don't clean our buttholes all that well, and...
Yeah, you'll lick a butthole.
I'd like to lick my balls. I just can't quite reach them.
I can do it. I got the real Stretch Armstrong.
Oh, my balls are 18 feet long, but I don't have the flexibility. My tongue is short.
Short tongue, like a pug.
Yeah, exactly. The pug life.
Drugs, not pugs.
So she's got an 80. You've met the dog before. You did the podcast. 80-pound black lab German Shepherd mix.
Black. I'm out.
Mabel, and this is a big old dog, and it's fucking. It's like one of those. It's not a little fucking Yorkie homo dog. This is like a alpha dog.
Well, it's Kerryn, so it's got to be able to fuck her.
Well, and they take on the personality of the owner, so it's some of the Kerryn. It's
like feisty.
It's very cute, and you walk, and he goes fuck you, and you're like, Jesus Christ.
Does it have an OnlyFans?
And it's pretty good at comedy. So the dog, I go, okay, I guess I got to go walk the dog.
Sure.
And I have a child, so the whole day is the baby. He shits, he cries, he walks, he crawls, he falls. You got to put him down, you got to put him up, you got to feed him.
Right.
And, you know, it's
Wish you could put the dog down.
it's a lot of stuff. And then you got the emails and the podcast. So then the baby goes down. You're like, woo! Let me
Yes.
put my feet up, watch a little hockey, and call it a life. And then you get the, you mind walking my dog?
Any extra thing in your life, because you have it all worked out, and you finally get a moment, and then it's filled up with horse shit.
So I'm scared to death. And then, but the one thing is, you're like, I could go sniff the panties. I could have my field day in that house. 'Cause
That's a good point.
I know she's gone.
Yeah.
I'm going over there.
Jizz in a wigwam. Put it back in the drawer.
Dogs can't talk.
That's true.
I could take a pair of panties, leave a pair of panties, wear a pair of panties.
It's like a penny. Take a penny.
I can do whatever I want in there.
Yeah, this is gold.
Yeah, and I wrote, this will give me a good opportunity to take some of your panties, and she wrote back, correct.
Whoa, that's consent.
I got a ticket to take some panties, but then it's a whole rigmarole. You got a wife, and
Bros before pantyhose.
it feels like a crime, sort of,
Sure.
and the dog will bite my foot off, so I go over there, and I'm stressed out because I like dogs, and I've played with the dog many times. You throw it the ball. It's one of those dogs that catches the ball and then lets it go, which I've only experienced 1 out of 10 dogs that does that.
Yeah, that's a dud.
Most dogs, they just hold on to the ball.
Right.
What's going on
Wait,
there?
he picks it up and then drops
He
it?
lets it go for you. He catches it and then brings it back and lets it go. But every dog I've ever experienced, this is a big fart, I think. Hold on.
I don't know if you should do that.
He's got
Why?
pants on.
No good?
He's got panties on.
Borrowed studio? So sorry.
That's what these are for.
I'm so sorry.
Muff.
Microphone, $7,000.
Oh, this is part of our show. Sorry.
Oh.
We do this on the show. You do it on the show in the same studio.
That's true. I never got up and at him, though, like that. You went full walkie-talkie.
Yeah. I'm at Ace Ventura. But you
Yeah.
take the mic out and shove it right in your ass.
Yeah.
No, there's a
you
viral
know.
clip of you doing it with Nate.
Well, after hours. I don't do it in the broad daylight. She's
It's dark
watching.
out. Look at these are windows.
Yeah.
It's pitch black.
Looks like Kerryn's dog. But can I just say, I farted on the David Cross pod, and he walked out on me. He went, whoop, woo, out the door.
No kidding. Was it a particularly bad fart?
No, it was a classic. It was like a mid-range one of these, and he was like, "Oh, what the hell, Bob?" He walked out the door.
He left, so he missed the show. Missed the show.
Oh, I see.
Chuck, you shamed me. We hired you to work. You're supposed to support us. You're supposed to be the backbone of the show. You're supposed to help us, and you shamed me. I feel like shit now.
I tried to stop you, though. I said it before you did it.
You said I wouldn't do that, so now I feel like an ass. I feel like a jerk.
You're fine.
I'll blow it off. I'll brush it off. What's the big deal?
I'm gonna jizz on this thing later, make you feel better.
You fart in the mics.
Yeah, I never got up on it.
We're paying for the, we're not. It's free, but
Oh.
no, you fart on those microphones. I've seen it.
Paying for these meals. Yeah, well, they're fine.
We'll edit it out.
Come to think of it,
It doesn't
this one-
matter. I guess the damage is done.
Yeah, the particles are on the foam.
Anyways, so it's not just a walk in the. You're nervous with the dog because what if the dog gets loose and runs away, and then you got to call your friend and be like, "Your dog is gone."
Also, didn't her dog kill a
Hey,
kid? Oh, sorry. Well, it's a New York abortion.
The dog did allegedly. No,
I think
it didn't.
took Jay Leno's eye out. You see that photo?
Woo.
Jeez, I fell down a hill. That's a weird hill to die on.
That was ugly. No, her dog never did anything wrong, as far as anybody knows.
Scratch that from the record.
Yeah, that's privy information. But so the dog's scary. I'm going for the walk, and I'm scared it's gonna get away, get loose, and I just have an image of it ripping my arm out of the socket, and then she's running down the street with a lanky arm.
You're flying. You're in midair.
But I got there, and I splashed water in my face, and I'm like, "You fucking bitch, piece of shit."
Yes.
She's 4'6", 101 pounds, whatever. She has the dog. She walks the dog.
Good point.
What are you doing? And so I really tucked myself up there, opened the door, and I put the leash right out. Because if you show any, like, excuse me.
Yes, it's like a black crowd.
Exactly. You
can't show
you
fear.
gotta put that leash right on him and tighten it.
Exactly, my point.
I got the leash on there, went out, and boy, I gotta tell you, I'm a full dog guy now.
Hey, look Look at that. You transitioned.
All dogs go to heaven. I mean, we went
Not
out.
the gay ones.
A couple times she barked, and I just pulled on that thing. I said, hey,
Whoa!
because you got to alpha these dogs.
Easy. You're like Caesar, the dog whisperer.
I said, Mabel, get over here. And then she goes, wow. And then she pissed on my face. And we really had, it was nighttime. It was beautiful. I live right on the water now, of course. And it felt so good because you're getting some air and you're taking care of the dog. And then you're doing a favor for your friend. I felt meaning in my life for the first time, Jerry.
Good for you. Not the child, not the marriage, not the comedy. But that dog walk really moved you.
The dog walk was something. Because a kid, anyone can raise a kid. But who can walk a dog for 12 minutes?
That's true, except for a dog walker who has 9 dogs at once. But still.
Good point.
You got something there, Fatty.
But it was fun, and then you get that dog back in the house, you get the leash off, you smell the panties, you lock that door, and you go, woo, and you feel like $100.
Yeah, well, they say do something every day that scares you. And I think that was a little scary. No, it's unknown. How's this going to go? Is the dog going to bite me? Is it going to shit in my mouth? Whatever it is. And that worked out.
It was a little scary, it was a little different, and I felt like $1 million, and I came through big,
Yeah, my lady's always like, she handles the cat. She's got the cat. I observe the cat. I get all the fruits of the labor, whatever you call it. And she'll go, every now and then she'll go, can you put the cat in the carrier and bring it to this lady's house so she can watch it? And getting that thing in a carrier is like trying to get an NBA player into an Asian woman. I mean, it is tough. I'm like, you pick it up and the cat does like the... the 4 legs out, and it's covering the perimeter, and it won't go in.
Right.
It's brutal, but they gotta show it who's boss and punch it.
Yeah, you got to alpha the cat.
Yeah, like a little Chris Brown, and kick it in the face, and then shove it right in that bag, and zip it up, and the cat goes, oh! It's basically saying, what are you doing, man? I thought we were cool. And then you ship it right out of there like an immigrant.
Now, what's the life expectancy on that cat?
The average is about 13.
13 years?
Yeah.
Oh, so like 10 more years of that thing?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
I'm enjoying it.
Nice.
I like the cat.
I do too. I miss the cat.
Never hurt anybody, never hissed, never clawed. Never bitten.
Yeah, it made a couple noises, I think.
It'll queef and it'll moan.
Well, we
That's
got to bring
about
the cat back in. We'll get back. We'll go to the house. We'll get on the couch. We'll get the cat involved.
That cat loved the pot. I mean, we would talk and he would sit right there in the middle like an ornament.
We'll bring back the cat.
Yeah. I mean, we can't, if he hears us chatting, he can't not sit in. He's like a fan.
Chatting, catting.
He's on the Patreon.
Is that right?
He pays for it.
Our Patreon, by the way, I got to just say, this thing is exploding like a burning amber of volcano cum.
Amber alert.
It is really something. We're going out to Dojo of Comedy this week.
Already
I think.
sold out 2
Maybe it already
shows,
happened.
baby.
Maybe it was last week. I don't know when this comes out. Tomorrow.
Ooh, you missed it.
I thought we were going on a Tuesday. Or are we going on a Wednesday? No, we're going on a Tuesday.
It comes out on Monday.
It comes out Monday night. Right. Okay. Well, tonight, whatever, December 3rd, we're going to Dojo, and we're going to shoot the ride. We're going to shoot Chuck. We're going to shoot
Kids.
ourselves.
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna go up together at the end of the show.
Yes.
And do a little 2-time and double time.
Love it. Can't wait.
And we'll bring somebody. We'll get a comic to come.
Yeah, come right in my ass, and he'll open it up. Or she.
That'll be fun. And
Or they.
that's going to be a blast. And then I'm doing my own show at Sesh, December 17th, which you claim you're on. Don't
It's in
bail
the
on me.
books. That and Canner's Wedding are 2 no misses for
Locks. And we'll film some of that. We got some big video shit coming up.
me. Yes.
And the Patreon is going to be bigger, better than it's ever been. And this time we mean it.
So that means you get extra content with the audio, with the pod. You get live eps, and now you're getting live performances in the room, behind the scenes. What other pod is doing that? Come Town? I don't think so.
Ad free.
Ad free. Tim Dillon does another episode. History Hyenas is back, but this is performing. This is stand-up. This is comedy. This is the whole enchilada there, Dickless.
And we're the original Come and Gay podcast. Many have come and fallen and now come back.
Yeah, on my back.
You want 2 straight guys pretending to be gay, pretending whatever. We were here first.
There's a lot of guys in Hollywood who are pretending to be straight.
Yeah?
We go the other way.
Right.
We're pretending to be gay.
Absolutely.
That's unprecedented.
I'll pretend so hard I'll suck anyone off in here.
I'll take you up on that.
All right.
All right. So,
Imagine blowing Chuck. Ugh.
oh, God. Jeez, I'm trying to concentrate here.
Ugh. Just nasty.
Woo, that's what ISIS should do. Fuck waterboarding. Water chucking.
Yeah, just have Chuck over there with the big, goofy, Back to the Future 3 shirt. And,
the worst
you
one.
know what I mean? And
The jean shorts, the weird Adidas, like
Yeah.
his Ton DMC.
you must suck this man off. Suck him off. Cut your arm off. And then you're like, take my arm, please. All right, you've been all over. What's going on over there? Give me something.
Well, first I want to give a big shout out or huzzah, whatever you want to call it, to we did Poughkeepsie last weekend and Torrington, Connecticut. Have you heard of this?
I've literally not heard of Torrington, Connecticut, and I've driven through Connecticut more than any human in history of Connecticut.
I've done all, the Hartfords, the New Havens, the Bridgeports, what am I missing in Connecticut?
There's Wilton.
Oh,
there's Fairfield, Connecticut.
Yeah. I've done all these Connectications and Connect 4 and never heard of Torrington. Tickets are rough. I'm getting all these DMs. Who goes to Torrington? I live in Connecticut. What are you doing? This is a shit town. You're a shit comic. Schitt's Creek. And I'm like, geez, all right. And then it just slowly started bubbling up. One of the best shows of my career. Just a hot crowd. It was a Warner Brothers theater that's been like, it was one of the original Warner Brothers theaters. There's like 3 left in the country. They opened it in Torrington because they thought it was going to be a boom town. The town went to shit. Everybody's homeless. Everybody's on fentanyl. It was like one of these Rust Belt towns.
No kidding.
Everybody came out because I figured you come out to Torrington, you want to see a show.
Absolutely.
And you guys do that thing where you come out and you go, where am I? Who the fuck comes to Torrington? They're like, I know.
I love that.
So that was exciting and just a great time. And I had Sean Murphy opening and Ray Zawadny hosting. I had
Is that a woman?
It's a Polak, I assume.
Oh, okay.
But I couldn't get a car. I was like, hey, my car is not starting. So we got to figure that out. And then Salacuse was like, I need my car. I always borrow his. I was too scared to ask you. So I said, hey, Murph, you got to find us a car. And he goes, well, I got a guy, but he's going to have to host. And I said, it's 10 minutes. We had the best time. We all hit it off. We played Stand Up Roulette.
Oh, what's that?
That's a game Murphy invented where you put Spotify Stand Up on shuffle. And you play a track from a comic, usually about 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes. And then after the track, you give it a score and you review it.
Oh, interesting.
Gets pretty ugly.
Oh, I bet.
There's a lot of bad comedy out there.
My God, is there bad comedy?
And just the bad comedy was more fun. We're howling. We're like, this guy sucks. What a hack. He's using every trick in the book. I'll tell you later who we really laughed at. And then the beauty is one guy kept coming up. He has about 19 albums, and they're all trash.
Uh-huh.
We drive up to this show in Poughkeepsie. It says, Mark Norman, whatever. Next week, that guy. He was the guy we've been trashing.
That's the best.
Kept popping up. We all had a big to-do about it.
Nah,
Yes.
I love that. I saw a comic the other day. I have no idea his name, and I want to make sure. I don't want to. Let's not reveal what day we're doing this. 'Cause people will be like, I was with him the night before, but man, it was like the worst. I'd never seen or heard of this person, but I was like, this is the worst thing I've ever seen ever.
Really?
Yeah, it was in Manhattan at a place, and I was like, gee whiz.
Wow.
I've never seen anything worse. And you just want to go like this. Can I help you real quick? Don't do that. Don't hold that. Don't say that.
Yeah.
Don't do this.
Are we
never
talking
do that.
Unfunny or hack or crowd work? Well, give me a taste.
It was unfunny. It was like crowd work. It was like mannerisms in a way, and like noises on the mic. Like I'm like, I don't think you know that you're making that noise into the mic.
Wow.
Where it's like this.
Oh.
And I'm like, that's you're
like a
doing
Klingon.
Yeah, and the outfit, the everything. I was like, this is really extraordinarily bad.
I got a million questions. I can't believe you saw Phil Hanley. Now, I got a million questions after the show, but so the shows were great. And again, no flight, so I'd go out to Queens on the G train. They'd pick me up at Court Square Diner. We'd hit the road to Connecticut or Poughkeepsie, and then they would drop me back off at the house, and it was just a magical weekend. So thanks to those two cities for coming out.
That away, Poughkeepsie. Poughkeepsie's getting some great shows.
I know. I looked on the lineup, and it was like Colin Quinn, Dan Soder, Louis C.K., and then I'm like, how is this many people? I'm sure those were sold out. Mine was full. Is Poughkeepsie big enough to cater to all these comics?
I think they come around and people just go to the same shop. I mean, well-deserved from Cal, who's a first-class guy, the owner up there. Oh, maybe you were at a theater.
Oh, they were at Laugh It Up. Yeah, we were at some little theater.
Oh, I see. I was thinking of just Laugh It Up. I thought you were fucking around. But I guess it's a tri-state area. There's a lot of people here.
I guess so. It's a big state, and I think there's 4 colleges in Poughkeepsie.
Well, I know Vassar.
Vaseline. Sounds like a vaginal thing.
She uses Vaseline.
Flaming Lips?
I think that's the Butthole Surfers, or wait, was that the Butthole
not
Surfers?
the Butthole.
Hold on, don't say it, Chuck. You motherfucker, you motherless fuck.
Flaming Lips, good term for like a STD. Is that what they're referencing?
I don't know. They're from Oklahoma City.
So then, yes.
Wait, hold on.
Okay, good.
Uses Vaseline.
I think that's the Lips.
Maybe that was the Flaming Lips. Maybe you're
Call
right.
in. Give it a goog there.
It is.
I
I think it is. I think it is the Flaming Lips from OKC because I was just there and I was listening to some tunes and that was like the one that kind of broke through. They're a very good band.
They're great. I thought they had another big one. Something about the radio.
Video kill the radio
that's
star.
a different group.
Radio.
They had another great song that I think was their big hit, but they're interesting.
Chuck, can we get a reading on that?
Yeah, I think that's it. It says he uses magazines. Is that what
Yes.
She don't use
Tangerine.
Yeah. I think that was their biggest hit.
Oh, okay. I thought they had a big Papa Roach. What are you, like a big chart
Well, there's the
topper?
Violent Femmes, which I used to confuse with the Flaming Lips. They had Blister in the Sun.
Both kind of feminine-y alti bands.
Violet Femmes, Flaming Lips.
Yes,
Kind
vaginal.
of similar.
Top song is Do You Realize?
That's it.
How's that one go?
Do you realize? Woo.
I look just like Buddy Holly. I remember that one.
Yeah.
Oh, we triggered Chuck.
Queefer.
Hey, folks, this episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. December is all about getting comfortable. It is an essential part of the season. I mean, if I didn't have therapy, Christmas would be just a train wreck. There's a lot of stuff going on in my family. I got to go visit my wife's family. In-laws are tough. Family is tough. How you feel about your family is a complicated thing.
Yes.
Complicated.
I'll take it.
John Hughes. Therapy is a great way to bring yourself some comfort that never goes away, even when the season changes. BetterHelp is 100% online therapy, so it's easy to use, and your therapist will be there for you every step of the way through video calls, phone calls, or messages. Therapy is the best thing that ever happened to my life. Alan Lefkowitz is our main man, but there's many other therapists out there. Get the one that fits you right. Therapists are like bars. You got to go to the right one. Some won't work. If that doesn't work for you, whoever you talk to another person at no cost to you.
Yeah, and I'll be crying in both.
All you got to do is fill out a quick survey to get started and get matched with a licensed therapist. You can switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. Find comfort this December with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/Tuesdays.
Yes.
Do it today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Tuesdays.
Well said. All right, folks. Tuesday's Story is brought to you by Blue Chew. The holidays are here. Give yourself the gift of a rock-hard cock. Stuff your stocking with Blue Chew. Blue Chew delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra, but in an easy-to-take chewable form and just a fraction of the cost. You know we love Blue Chew. You got to keep one around just in case your mom calls. You never know what's going to happen. Keep it in your little pocket. They chew. They taste good. They're like little mints. They're candy. Give them to kids. Just sign up at BlueChew.com, meet with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll get your prescription in days. Blue Chew wants you to have the confidence to perform at your best, so discover your options at BlueChew.com. We got a special deal for you gals. Try Blue Chew free. Just pay the $5 for shipping at checkout when you visit BlueChew.com. That's BlueChew.com to receive your first month free. Come on.
Wow.
Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the pod. Back to the show. All right.
Poughkeepsie.
By the way, I got my house is full of Mexican guys because they're all working on it. And I just love having these Mexicans over there because I'll be like, hey, muchacho, can you help me move this lady? And we'll just pick up the wife and move her. And they're just great to have around.
Yeah,
I feel like I
guess
have elves at my house.
So when is this done? I don't get it. I've never seen a project. This is like the Big Dig. It's the longest fucking taxpayer gig of all time.
Dig.
It's crazy.
Dig in. Well, the problem is I keep adding shit. I don't want these guys to leave, so I'm like, you know what? This wall could come down. What do you think? And they go, okay, si, senor. Tink, 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 tink. They just start tinking.
Well, now we got to get them to build a podcast studio.
Yes. You hear that, Paco?
Paco, Jose and Jose B.
I'm just going to send him a picture of the flagrant set and get to work there, migrant.
I mean, we should have a big studio, and then you should rent it out. You could make some income.
Yeah, but then I got some fucking
I know.
Blue Montana at my house, trying to do a mixtape.
I forgot to mention that. We mentioned the Patreon. We got the big kahuna, the big fish.
Yeah, quite
Drew
a get.
Montana, baby.
Big get.
We got Drew Montana. Who else is bringing in Drew Montana for a Patreon?
Anyone that can get him.
That was not easy to get. It was a big poll.
Yeah.
I had to call in some favors. This Friday, you're going to hear a Patreon bonus with the one, the only, Drew Montana.
Well, I didn't have to smell Kerryn's panties because I got a whiff of that guy, and it's a similar odor.
But no, I think that was a great app. I thought it was a lot of fun. Who we have coming in today?
I think we got Mark Maron is coming in today.
Oh, that's right.
Very
Yeah.
exciting. What the fuck? So let me throw this in your kettle of fish and see if it smells.
All right.
Got this one at a restaurant. Last Sunday, I take the wife out. She's huge. She's preggo. She's about to pop. Blah blah blah. See the baby arm coming out of that clam. I mean, it feels like it's really getting close. And I go, let's go out for a nice date. We go to dinner at a swanky joint. We get there. They go, did you make a res? Nah. They go, all right. Well, you gotta have to wait 40 minutes to sit at the bar. I go, let's take the bar. So we sit at the bar. We're chit-chatting, and, me and the wife, much like you and your lady, we're talking about pedophiles and Diddy and minorities and all this. And at some point, the bartender goes, sorry, I was eavesdropping.
Oh, God.
I can answer that question because I posed a question about, like, I don't know, what was first, the Brooklyn Bridge or some bullshit? And she was like, actually, the Brooklyn Bridge. And you're like, eavesdropping? What is that? You're just listening, and then you get to say I was eavesdropping, which clears you of spying on us?
Yeah, eavesdropping's bad.
It's bad.
I hate eavesdropping.
And it's just like a kind of a euphemism for, like, I was, rudely listening in. And look, we all listen in.
We're all listening.
But you can't admit to it. And then you start to wonder, what else did you hear? Did you hear all the slurs and the Jew tunnel jokes? I mean, what are we doing here?
Well, this is why I don't like talking in public, and it makes me crazy. And then people talk, no one in this room in particular, tend to talk at a high volume, and I'm like, what are you nuts? Shut up.
I'm excited to see you.
It's crazy.
And we have good conversation. I get worked up.
I know, it's so loud. I'm like, oh my God, we got to whisper this shit.
Sorry.
But
I need a muzzle.
No, I hate it too. I had a point that I was going to with all this, the
Sorry.
eavesdrop. Oh, I had this years ago. I did your fifth step in Alcoholics Anonymous. You got to tell somebody all these horrible things you did.
Oh,
and
I thought that was 9.
No, 9 is apologizing.
Oh, what's the difference?
No, you're telling a sponsor
Oh,
the things.
got it,
You got to
got it.
admit all your shit. You got to be like, I did this. I fucked a kid. I painted my toenails black. I did brown face. My
Sure.
father's gay. And we're doing it, and we're at a coffee shop, and people are like sitting next to us, and I was like, I can't do this. He's like, nobody's listening. I'm like, I was like, what are you, crazy? Of course they're like, not only everyone's listening all the time, but I'm like confessing that I'm a homosexual.
Yeah.
They're certainly listening to this.
Of course.
This
I
is
would
my
listen.
dream. If I sat down at a coffee shop and a guy was telling another guy, boy, I really want to have sex with my mother's aunt, I'd be like, listen to this shit. This is crazy.
I think that's removed enough, by the way.
My mother's aunt.
Mother's aunt, she's got to be 98. And,
Yeah.
And your mom's brother's dad's daughter's wife.
Huh?
I lost track.
No, your mother's aunt is your grandmother's sister.
Oh, yeah, you're fine.
I mean, it was like the first cleavage I ever saw.
Of course.
It was wrinkly, it looked like a road map.
Yeah, your grandmother's sister. That's might as well be a stranger.
Good point.
Perfect strangers. Yeah, I didn't care for the eavesdropping thing, and I had to run that by you because that is no bueno.
Yeah, no, it's no good. Get out of here. I don't want anyone listening. I'm like Paulie from Goodfellas. I don't want anyone listening to what I'm saying. It's just too embarrassing, and I hate that thing. Actually, it's this. And you're like, what?
I know. You wasted 9 fucking napkins on this guy. But
Aprons.
yeah, I know. Oh,
What the fuck is...
oh, man. What the hell? What am I, Lizzo?
Well, now we're even for farting on the mic.
All right. I did fart. That's what did it.
You're all upset.
Jesus Christ. What the hell's this? Good Lord.
You gotta cut out the Oreos.
The way you eat them, you're practically having sex with them.
I mean, this
Wow.
is unprecedented.
What is this, IKEA?
How is Chuck okay?
This is bananas. He's on the wall. That's why.
Chuck must be in a super seat over there. You're going down, pal.
I couldn't believe it. I heard the cracking, and I didn't want to believe it, and I kept leaning.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
That looks like the leg of the lady you dated before May.
Peg. We miss you, Peg.
Did we ever?
Call in if you have a question.
I guess they're not listening to the pod anymore. If someone would be in here, I mean, we gotta call the cops.
This joke's got legs.
Which was my seat?
All right.
Yeah, take Chuck's seat. Let me see this thing. I mean, this is.
That's worthless. What is that,
This is
candy?
it's like Biff in part 2.
Right.
Hello.
Wow. Man, oh man. That was one for the book.
I love that you tried to put it like on its legs. All right. Well, that's. I feel much better about the farting in the microphone. You're like, don't fart in their mics. They got us in shoddy chairs.
I'm not going to move an inch on that thing. Sorry.
Yeah, a chair busted. Look at this.
Well, this is not good for our guest, Fluffy, who's coming in. That's going to really be a problem.
Well, now, were you leaning?
I don't think I was. I think I was shifting.
There might have been a lean there.
Might have been a lean. Yeah,
That's
shit.
like the classic thing. Oh, he's got a steel chair.
Vince McMahon over here. Now that's a chair.
Wow, a steel chair, old school.
Man, look at that.
Don't you think at wrestling, it's funny, I love these things about wrestling, like, WWF or whatever. Like, you think at some point after, like, the third steel chair of the night, they'd be like, all right, we got to make a rule because this is getting unfair. No more chairs at ringside. That's crazy.
People love the chair. The chair's a hit.
Fun stuff.
Man,
What were you talking about? I can't remember. You were about to run something by me, and then
I have no idea.
you're a lot of woman.
I blacked out. Yeah, Jesus Christ. I feel like Ralphie May. Ralphie Gay over here. All right. Sorry, everybody.
All right.
Okay.
What were you going to say? Poughkeepsie
Well, I was
eavesdropping.
Yeah, I was going to comment. I was going to move on to a new thing. There's a new room in town.
Really?
I know you got sesh cooking, but
Tell me about the room.
well, as a Brooklynite now, an isotope, Second City opened a room in Williamsburg, and I did it last night. Unbelievable. I mean,
Really?
this room is lunch, state of the art, beautiful stage, packed out, big green room, bar, people hanging out. It was incredible.
Now, is it stand-up room?
It's
for
everything.
Amelie? Okay.
It's Second City, sketch, improv, stand-up. But man, this place is going to be something.
I wouldn't mind getting down there. I did last night, Williamsburg Comedy Club.
Oh, that's a little box.
Old Man Hustle, which this guy Pedro something, funny guy. You did the show the week before, Semporio or Sipario, something like that. He had some funny jokes, but it's a little black boxy thing, and if you fill it up, it's fucking beautiful. I did some new, and it was one of the funnest sets I've had in a long time. So Brooklyn's got some stuff.
It's a perfect layout, yeah. I mean, they're both in Williamsburg, but hey, I'm not complaining. It's a hop, skip, and a jump. I rode my city bike there. And yeah, that room is great for working out material, and it's like what 60 seats or something, so you can just fill that thing up like an Asian poon.
Well, right now I'm in that great sweet spot that I love, where I have a special in the can, but it hasn't come out, so I still have that ammo. But now I'm working some new, so I got like 16 new minutes that are fun.
Man, you pump 16 minutes takes me a year and a half.
Well, I had some of it. It's a little bit here, a little bit there, and then sometimes it's 11 with 5 minutes of like, oh, that's okay.
I
Yeah,
see.
I
I hear you.
But I got something, and I love that period though, where you're trying new, you're building the new hour, but there's not the pressure just yet because I got a couple months before the special comes out.
That is a great feeling. It feels like you got a little secret in your back pocket. You guys have no idea what I'm about to drop on your ass.
Yeah, it feels nice. And now the movie that I got to talk a little bit about this Tom Dustin movie.
Oh, Key West!
We had a Key West screening, and this movie is the runaway smash hit of the year.
I love it. Nice Heil.
It's a runaway train, never coming back. So we got into the Key West Film Festival.
Wow, you're at a festival, Jerry.
Which I didn't find out until this week. We were the first film booked. That was the first booking. They said, we got to do the Key West Film Festival. I said, I got a movie about Key West. And they said, done. And it's going to be the star of the Sunday afternoon, which is kind of the big day in the festival.
Well, it's about the fucking place. I hope so.
It's a character in the movie. And so we're in the Key West Festival, which is so cool to be at a festival for film. My whole family came down. It was very exciting. And the theater, they picked this place called Williams Hall, which is an old church that's now a venue. And just by chance, they're screening it at Williams Hall Sunday at 2:30 afternoon. This place is 175 yards from Tom Dustin's home.
Wow, Kismet.
It's crazy. I mean, like, you could see it's a block and a half, and so they throw a big, him and his girl, Kristen, who's wonderful, they throw a big pregame party, and now Key West it's a community, so there's like 50 people there, and everyone brings foods and snacks, and Kristen cooked, and there's a bar. My whole family's there. There's like 14 of us. And so it's cocktail hour and stories about Tom and, I'm the director, you're the thing. And I got a little laminate that says filmmaker, which is quite a thrill.
Oh, did you get a director's chair?
No chair.
All right, who needs a chair?
I got a hat, though.
I need a chair.
And so it's like the screening's at 2:30. It's like 2:15. Everyone's had a couple cocktails loose, and we go, all right. Let's go.
Wow.
And so like a caravan.
Wow.
We walk up the street and there's literally 40 people all walking. We show up together and we're like, where the screening?
Yes.
And there's another 50 people that weren't at the party, but we pile in and the festival was so thrilled. There was a few Tuesdays there.
Hey, that's lunch.
And I sat with Tom. Sam Talent was there.
Whoa, he took 2 seats.
You ever spend time with that guy?
Great guy.
That is a first-class guy and a huge Tuesday. He's on the Patreon.
And, oh, wow. I'm touched,
Sam Talent is on the Patreon.
Wow, and he's got the best vocabulary. He's such a smart man. Like, he's really well-read and he's articulate.
Which, by the way, he gave you a book of his to give to me like 10 years ago. You never gave it to me.
Is that right?
Yeah, it was about, 7, 8 years ago.
I have it.
Yeah.
I'll give it to you.
All right.
Give me another 8 years.
I'd like to read it.
It's good.
But
It's
the
a great
two of
book.
us, if you're going to give one of us a book, I mean...
I read for the book, and I read it so poorly, I didn't make the cut.
Jeez.
That hurt a little bit.
Well, what are you going to do? But yeah, so Sam was there with his whole crew. He's just shooting a travel show on his own.
Whoa!
He's just paying money. He's got a crew. He's got 5 guys with him, all great guys. Some of them could use a bit of a diet. Some real heavyweights.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Look like the Alabama offensive line.
Yeah, I know. Sam's like a funny Michael Moore.
He's a big boy and just a great hang, great guy, great comic. And he was supposed to be headlining the weekend, but then because we got the Key West Festival, we ended up splitting the weekend, and we had a great time.
Great time. I'm worried 2:30 is a little, in Key West, 2:30, everybody's half in the bag by then.
Oh, people were in the bag, but I got to tell you, it was the best screening we've had yet. We've done 3 screenings. This one, murdered. People were cheering, and everyone that's in the film was at the theater.
Yeah.
And the laughs were like booming laughs, and it's in an old church. It was spiritual, Jerry.
You know what it's kind of like? It's like a comic doing local jokes in the town because they're local. It's like a local act.
Well, it was magical. And how about this? We got, what do you call that? Jurisdiction. What's it called? Distribution.
Distribution.
We got distribution. We got a company that is coming, and we're going to be in 30 to 40 independent cinemas. We'll get you the date soon. This movie's a runaway smash, Jerry.
Wow.
And one guy from the festival, he said, I watched every movie in the festival. This is by far the best movie of the festival.
Jesus. Is he not biased because it's next door to his house?
I don't know. I mean, he liked it. He said that's the best movie we saw, and a standing O. I mean, like, just standing ovation, clapping, crying, laughing, queefing. And so it's coming to a theater near you. January 9th, we're doing a big one, Crystal Ballroom in Somerville, Mass.
Wow.
That's like a 350-seater, so come out to that. But then it's going to be coming to an independent cinema near you. soon, and we did it, Jerry. We're in the movies.
I'm blown. I'm blown away. And I've seen the movie. I can give it 2 thumbs in the butt and then the magic thumb and sniff it because that movie is top notch. You're going to get teary-eyed.
It's a beautiful film, and after that, we're going to have it on Punch Up Live, I believe is the plan, so you'll be able to see it, and if you go see a screening, you got to buy it because people are missing all these jokes. Like, Tom and I were with each other, I'm like, oh, they missed that line, because the laughs are so big, so...
That's amazing.
It was awesome, and just real quick, we went out on a big boat day. There was so many of us. We rented 3 big pontoon boats. My whole family was on one boat. Sam had a whole crew on his boat, and the Key West people... And we just went out sailing and swimming, and it was fucking awesome. We ran aground on Mud Key, and we dipped and swam and, snorkeled and went all over the island, and it was fucking incredible. I love Key West. I'm a lover of Key West, the Ocean Heels. I love Sam Talent. I love Tom Dustin.
Yes. Can I just make a queefy statement?
Please,
that's going to make you uncomfortable? So... Did you realize what you're doing? You got Tom Dustin, who is your old best pal.
Right.
You guys had a bit of a shift. You go to NYC, he stays in Beantown, then he goes to Key West. You're up here doing your ha-has and your zingers. He's down there doing his zingers, opens a club. You started this whole crazy career. But you don't want to lose sight of this guy. A lot of people just let their friends drift. Not you. You go, hey, I like this guy. I want to keep this alive. A film would be in order.
Well, he's a special friend.
And now you're bringing it back together, and now you're in a fucking festival, and you bring your boring-ass parents down there. What are they doing? Nothing. Now you're giving them a little spark. Now you're invigorating their life.
I'm trying to spark it up, spark plug, Sparky Anderson. Yeah. And I remember distinctly, I was just reminiscing with Sarah. I remember saying years ago, I was like, the 2 people I'd like to help the most in my life is Chris Walsh and Tom Dustin. And I got Chris Walsh a principal role in a film, and I made a film about Tom Dustin. So I feel like I'm really coming in big with the friends.
And the films are your hug.
Film is a hug.
It's a hug.
Hug me.
Yes.
Love me. Hold me.
Drugs, not hugs.
8 days a week.
So, wow, that's really exciting. And you're making people's lives more interesting is what I'm saying.
I'm trying to. I hope so. And now with it getting into some theater, I think we could go do some promo, and maybe I'll be able to make some of the cash back, which would be nice, too. I mean, I'm thrilled with where we're at. And this is the other thing. I'd like to make my money back and then make money, because it would be nice to send Tom a big old fat check.
Sure.
Here you go, Slappy White. Take that.
Yeah. What if Tom gets a beret, he gets a scarf, he's going to get all filmography on us.
I would love if Tom just blew up. That would be nice.
Oh, he deserved it. I mean, the guy should have a podcast. He's got the voice, he's funny as hell, he's captivating, he's a character. I mean, he's a lock, Jerry.
I know, he should. And
wait. It's all in the film. Watch the film.
Go watch the movie. It's a beautiful piece of material. And what's great is all of Salacuse's out-of-focus footage, people think it's artistic.
Oh, great. Dutch angle, baby.
Yeah, they're like, wow, I like the way every time Tom is saying something beautiful and serious, it's focused on the fence behind him. And I said, oh, yeah, we planned that.
Yeah, well, we're riding fences out here. It's symbolism.
No, I'm just kidding. Sally, you're number 1. You're aces, baby.
It's offensive. So there you go. Wait, you said 3 screenings. You got the Kiwi, you got the NYC.
And we did Vegas. Skankfest was the first one.
I'm an idiot.
They've all been great, but January 9th, Somerville, Crystal Ballroom, get on that. That's going to be something.
Very exciting. You are moving and shaking like Michael J. Fox. Sorry.
I'm trying my hardest.
Very exciting. Wow. I don't know if I can top that. How about, speaking of friends doing big things, you see the Shane Gillis Bud Light ad?
Great.
It's so good.
No, I don't think I've seen it. I've seen a couple. There's a couple, aren't there?
I just saw it on Twitter because I don't really watch TV anymore, but it's like a minute and a half long, so you're like, this is a little crazy for a commercial. I thought commercials were 30 seconds, but
I don't think I've seen it.
It's fucking hilarious. He's normal in it. He's not all commercially and dopey. And it's a great premise for a commercial. It's really well done.
Not the one where you get the beer if you tell the truth.
No, that was another one.
Oh,
that
okay.
one
That was the
solid.
Super Bowl. That was great.
This one is, I think it's a little smarter and more interesting.
Oh, all right. I gotta watch this.
I feel like beer ads are back. I mean, when I was a kid, Bud Light had great ads.
Bozo was the clown, bar none.
Well, remember there was and twins. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
That was a bit much. But hey, as a young boy, I rubbed one out to it.
The big Super Bowl one was Bud.
Wise.
Err.
Yes.
That was fun.
We could do that with the N-word. But we'd go with an A at the end.
Right.
But, they had a real American hero.
Mm-hmm.
That was big. Then there was another one I liked. But
Needs to be girls in bras and bikinis.
there was a lot of that. What about What's Up?
I didn't care for that. I think that was Cedric the Entertainer. Or was that just a guy that looked like him?
No, but what was the product?
I think that was Bud Light.
Okay, I didn't care for that one either, but it did pop.
That was
Budweiser
huge.
popped too. But
Everybody was doing was
I know.
It was huge.
The least funny people were doing it because they were like, "This is my chance."
That was up there with "You Can Do It."
Oh,
Those were huge. Both those, like people that yelled that, I just felt like we're back. And it's the same people that yell "Get in the hole" at golf tournaments every fucking swing. Get in the hole. Yeah, we get it.
Houston, we have a problem. Was that really made the rounds? So show me the money.
Run, Forrest, run. I was running in the 90s. Everywhere I run, everyone would go, run, Forrest. And you go, okay, that's funny.
Which is funny because I think Shane Gillis is the Forrest Gump of comedy.
Oh, I can see that.
Every night he's throwing a baseball at the Phillies game. He's shaking hands with Obama. He's on a Bud Light ad. He's helping retarded people.
That's a good point.
And he is retarded. So, yeah, it's a full Forrest.
I can see it.
He's Gump.
He's
Down
he shaved
syndrome.
his head or something like that. I think as I get older, I'm like, does Weird Al suck? Maybe I'm just too old. Maybe it's for young people, and I don't.
I think the music adds up very well, but I feel like we could write those lyrics in 10 minutes.
I think so, too.
He can do the rhythm and the harmony and the anal, but we could write the lyrics.
Yeah.
So that was all I had. I mean, Second City was great. Shows were great. This weekend, we're back on Protect Our Park. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I'm sure I'll get some shit from comedians, but hey. You gotta live. We're trying to sell tickets here, folks.
Absolutely. Well, I might have another thing here. Let me see. Oh yeah, how about this? Now here's this is an airplane situation I don't think we've had before.
Oh,
because we've had them all. But this is a fresh one, I think.
Except for 9/11, I feel like I've done the gamut.
So originally, I like to fly Delta. I'm all Delta all the time.
You're loyal.
I'm a loyalist, and so. I had flight, but they don't fly direct to Key West in November. It's very frustrating.
Oh,
so you got to lay
on.
over in Atlanta, but now I have the baby, of course. So on the way down, we had a very short layover, which is tough because if you have a long layover, you can take the baby out and let him crawl around and fucking whatever.
Good point.
But with a short layover, you're getting him off the plane and then running to another plane, and he hasn't been able to move. He's furious, understandably. Yes. Plus, when you take off and land, they don't know how to pop their ears and shit. So it's just a nightmare. So you're quadrupling or doubling 4 times the headspace, whatever the fuck that's called.
Pressure,
head pressure.
Must be so tough because you can't convey information to him because he doesn't speak the language.
Yeah, you can't be like, this will pass in a second. You can't be like yawn or pull on your ear.
Right.
They just go, they lose the shit. So we're flying back, and it's Sunday night. We're flying back the next morning. I'm like, and this time we have a shorter layover. And I'm like, I'm not doing the 2 flights again. This is crazy. I'm getting a direct flight to Newark. I've never flown to Newark. Or I haven't in 14 years, but I have the new apartment. So I get on I get on direct to Newark from United, which I hate United, and I hate Newark.
I'm on board with both of these.
So we get the last 2 seats in the plane, both middle seats. She's behind me. We're like Maverick and Goose. She's directly behind me.
What row?
24, 25.
Golly.
But I'm like, at least we'll get in 3 hours earlier, and we don't have to worry about making our connection and having him furious. So
now, this is a real downgrade for you, muchacho, because you're a big old status queef.
I'm Diamond. I'm usually first class or Comfort Plus at the worst. Now I'm in economy middle with a baby.
Oh, man, this is an obstacle course.
And so the baby right now is in a big dad cling phase. So I'm like, I'll take the baby. I try to take him on the flight anyways because Sarah has him more than I have him. And I'm like, you relax. So I take the baby. The flight, first of all, I can't believe people have to be told this, but everyone has their fucking windows open on the plane. We're in Key West. It's 155 degrees.
Oh.
It's common knowledge that while you're on the tarmac, you close the fucking window.
The thing is cooking. It's heating up. You're in a metal tube. It's like a microwave.
It's a magnifying glass, and it just blows my mind that people don't have the common knowledge to be like, what if I have the sun not beaming in through a double-pane glass?
You don't have to tell me I hate the sun.
So they come in, they go, ladies and gentlemen, while we're sitting here in the delay, could you close your windows, you fucking morons? And they go, so then half the people do, but half the people aren't listening. So it's just sun cooking in.
Cooking.
And I'm in the middle seat. It's 350 degrees in the plane.
Ah!
He's crying and kicking and screaming. And my knees, I'm a long dong silver.
Yeah, you're a daddy long leg.
My knees are crammed, and he doesn't know these people. He doesn't. This chair's breaking, too.
Oh, okay. It's not my fat ass. It's the chairs, folks. Don't swivel.
No swiv. So he's just grabbing their stuff and shirt and pants, and then he's kicking this woman's seat. He's just like doing full like Kramer on Jerry's couch. I'm not even gonna fit on this thing.
Restless leg over here.
So I'm like asking Sarah. It really is like Maverick and Goose. I'm like, bottle. I take the bottle. I toss it back. I'm like, give me the towel. Give me the napkin. Give me the jingle.
That's fun.
So it's brutal. By the way, as soon as he sits down, he shits his pants. Like you're hoping to change him before he shits, and immediately you're smelling it, and you're like, now I'm the guy in the middle seat with the crying baby and the shit-filled butthole.
Yeah.
And this lady, every time he grabs her, I'm like, I'm sorry. She's like, it's okay, don't worry about it. He grabs this guy's glasses and breaks them. I'm like, I'm sorry.
Oh, man.
So I'm like, they go, we got a half an hour delay on the ground. He goes, Newark is Newarking. This is how bad Newark is. The guy comes on and he goes, Newark is Newarking right now. There's always a delay. We're going to have a longer delay. This is why Newark sucks and United sucks. So I say, I got to go change him because I'm like, these people everyone can smell shit.
Yeah, but your son's like a bully. He's shitting on things. He's grabbing glasses. He's like Biff.
He is Biff. So I go into the bathroom. The bathroom is 300 degrees hotter. It's 850 degrees in the bathroom.
Yikes.
I'm pouring sweat. He's kicking and screaming and yelling, and there's shit everywhere. And it's crazy. Literally drips of sweat in my eye. I'm taking off layers.
And the heat, it brings the anxiety up and the blood pressure up.
And then I'm just thinking about the flight attendant. Everyone can hear them. So I finally get them all packed and griddled and gubbled. By the way, later, that bathroom was out of service. And I think it's because I filled the trash immediately with a big stinky shit. I think they were like, we got to keep this shut.
Yikes.
Yeah, not good.
You hotboxed.
So I go back to my seat and I go to step into the middle. And the guy's like, you know what? Do you want to just switch? And I go, oh, I can't do that. I don't want to make you take a middle seat. And he goes, no, you know what? It's okay. This is my wife in the window seat.
Oh.
What do you think of that?
Interesting.
Married couple have the aisle and the window.
I do it all the time. It's nice to have a buffer.
And I was like, what? And she goes, yeah. And then she, by the way, this is great. She goes, yeah, I told him he should switch. Like, she was like, no, you're not getting the credit, you fucking fruitcake.
Right.
She goes, no, I told him to switch. And I go, oh, okay. He's like, yeah, that way we can sit together. But I realized we bought the last 2 seats on the flight, so they must have been checking, going, we're going to have a space between us.
Good point.
But then
I've done that.
Think, as soon as I showed up with the baby, they would be like, I'll just take the window.
Right.
I mean, the middle. But they must have, when I went to change the diaper, were like, you got to change seats. And he's like, I don't want to change seats. He's like, just change the fucking seats.
That's true.
So it was a huge change. I really appreciated it.
Yeah.
But you're also like, yeah, change. Go sit with your wife, you douchebag.
Better late than never. But yeah, they should have done that immediately.
They never spoke to each other. What? They must have been fighting, and maybe she fucked a guy in Key West, or he fucked a guy. It is Key West after all.
That boy Tommy.
And then I just got to say this. Shout out to this man. I'll never know his name. The baby, the whole time he's on my lap, and he just kept kicking the fuck out of the seat.
Why don't you shift him?
You shift, and then he does this and this thing, and then he's kicking this guy. So I just kept grabbing his foot and trying to push it down. And again, you can't go, you're disturbing this gentleman.
Yes.
And then he wouldn't for a while, and then he would, and he sleeps for a while. So while he sleeps for an hour, he must have kicked this guy's seat 50 times. The guy gets up at the end of the flight, and I'm like, I am so sorry.
Nice.
The guy goes, didn't bother me. He did great, and he gave the baby a fist pound.
Who are these heroes?
This man is an absolute hero. He had a Pittsburgh Steelers jacket on. I mean, my son kicked this guy's seat, I'm going to say, realistically, 20 times.
That's not horrible.
No, I mean, over the course of 3 hours, it's not great, but it was enough. And I think people have, I mean, if it was a 5-year-old or if it was an adult, he probably would have murdered or raped him. But
hopefully.
He was just awesome, and he was like, no, he's great, and didn't even bother me. I mean, like, it was just unbelievable.
See, you are united. I hate to say it. Maybe it's not that bad of an airline. It's got good clientele. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, we were late. But
Newark.
Great trip. I just feel like $1 million, and
yeah, well, don't let that seat kicking sour you, because you're in a festival. It's the best. You won the best of the fest, or whatever the hell it is, And yeah, you got home and on a direct.
Red distribution, baby. We're gonna come, and we're gonna come to all the cities I sell well in. They said so probably Austin, Seattle, L.A., Detroit,
Hell
Boston,
yeah.
New York, Tampa.
Hell yeah, Tampa, that's going to pop because they go to Key West like it's a Tuesday.
Right, exactly. So keep your eyes peeled for that. You got to come see this movie, support the movie, support independent cinema, but support and this is a real comedy. This isn't like some rom-com bullshit. This is straight fiery comedy. I mean, Tom, you can't believe how funny this guy is.
When he picks up, I'm not going to give anything away, but when he picks up that air gun, and I mean, I fucking lost it. The jokes are great. You got some stand-up in it too, which is killer. And it's got heart, Jerry.
Oh, this heart up the asshole.
Yes, heart disease, and I got a heart on. But this is a great film, and I can't wait to show the ladies all. When's this coming out? When are we? She's dying to see it.
Wow, you come up to January 9th to see the screening. Boston. That's like 2 weeks for the baby. See the family.
Yeah. Can we? We'll buy it on Punch Up too.
Now, what are you doing? The baby moon? You going somewhere right before?
Well, we got a hefty holiday. We're going to NOLA for the thanks. Then we're going to Beantown for the Christ, and then she can't fly once you're that far along.
Right,
apparently.
that's right, yeah.
So I said, how about we get a train to Montreal? Just live it up in Montreal because it's kind of close, you know.
Sure.
And it didn't take, but I'm trying. I don't know what, maybe the Hamptons, but it's cold out, so it's a tough one.
Yeah, I'll be in Montreal February 7th, by the way. Big return. Maybe what about the Hudson Valley or something?
Hudson Valley. The cold is a bitch.
Cold sucks.
But, yeah, we'll figure something out. Call in if you have any ideas. How are we looking there?
I'd say you have like 6 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I will say she is a real trooper with this pregnancy. I mean, she's waddling around. She's got the hands on the hips. Like, she's passing out everywhere. She's this couch just 8 o'clock. She's snoozing like a Cosby fan.
Yeah, it's pretty great. And you got to get in there and have that sex, because I was just looking at photos of my wife pregnant, and I miss it. I don't get to fuck a fat shit anymore. I mean, I'd have to fuck Chuck if I wanted to have sex with an overweight lady.
That's true. Yeah. The sex is fun. I'm really. It's weird though when you get you got a hand on the gut and you feel that kick and you're like, oh, geez, I didn't know it was a threesome.
Yeah, well, it's ribbed for his pleasure, and I loved it. I loved every second of it. The big tits, the cleavage, the giant nipples, and those orgasms.
Big brown tits too. She's got like National Geographic nips.
Send me a couple a sketch. Just sketch it with a pencil.
Do a rendering.
Yeah, please.
I'll send it to a police sketch artist. We'll get a whole thing going. But
how about that Daniel Perry's on trial? You following that at all?
I
Say his
am.
name.
The guy came out with some new news.
New news.
New news.
What's new news?
I think it's a baby item. The new news. I think we got to get that from your house. But if you don't know, Daniel Penny,
that's it.
he choked a hobo out who was being disruptive on the train and apparently killed the guy on accident. And now he's going to jail for murder.
Yeah. Does the verdict out? Well, by the time this comes out, he's probably already served his sentence.
He's going to have a podcast and be better than ours.
No, I think there should be a bust of this man. I mean, he's a Marine. He came on. This kook came on. Was I'm going to kill everybody on here. And Penny put him in the old fucking rear naked choke and killed him. And I mean, we say a prayer for him every night. We kiss his picture before bed.
Well, what the problem is, the racial component ruins everything. Because if it was black on black, I feel like we wouldn't even be tweeting about it. But that throws a wrench in the old honky gears.
Yeah, wrench in the who-house. But how about when I was gone? A hobo kook stabbed 3 people, killed 2 of them.
I heard.
I was so glad they caught him and slapped the cuffs on. And then stupid Mayor Adams is like, "Whoa, we got some research to do. How we got to figure this out?" I'm like, get the kooks in jail.
Well, he's already out. Apparently, he's already passed the cellar. Yeah, if it's not a gun law or whatever, if it's not a gun crime, they let you out.
That's a lie. I mean, he
the
murdered
hammer
2
guy.
people.
The hammer guy was hitting people in the head with at McDonald's, like RFK. Don't eat that. And then he got out in 10 minutes.
No, this guy's got to be locked away and thrown away with a key. He killed 2 people.
Put him in the cage with Penny. Let them have it out.
Can you imagine? You're sitting there watching the sunset and picking daisies and painting flowers, and a fucking hobo goes, "La, la, la, la," and he fucking stabs you in the tits.
3 people. You know why he did it? They asked him. You know what his answer was? This is eerie. They go, "Why'd you do it, man? You killed 3 innocent people, you psycho." And he goes, "They were alone."
Oh, wow.
Woo! I mean, that is a chill down the old taint.
Yikes. Well, good thing I always have my dog with me.
Yeah, Black Lab.
Mabel.
Yes, Mom's Mabel.
Terrifying. Throw away the key or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, this guy is like a horror story kook. This is like Saw shit.
The scariest thing. Oh, he saw shit.
See something, saw something.
All right, I got to do some plugs. I've been bad at plugs.
Plug
I got
it
some
up.
big gigs coming up. Let me get my calendar over here.
Well, town hall got there, so let's get everything else
That
there.
town hall was something else. It's going to be a behind-the-scenes video of that coming.
When do you come out? When does this come out?
12-2.
Okay, great.
12/2.
What do you got, Fatty?
Well, we got Dojo sold out. I'm in San Diego this weekend.
Whoa!
First time in fucking 25 years I'll be in San Diego. Good Lord, I got a nice guarantee, so please buy tickets to that.
That'll sell.
Next Wednesday, the Regs are at the Gramercy Theater with some special guests, I think.
That's fun.
Next 2 weeks from now, Wednesday the 18th, I'll be at Soul Joel's.
Oh, I just did it. It's a great time.
I love that room. And the 17th, I'm doing my own show at Sesh featuring Mark Normand, I hope. And Kerryn Feehan will be there and some others. That's going to be fun.
Bring
and
the dog.
then, I have the wrong book. Hold on. January 9th, of course, Somerville Theater, the movie, is playing. Kansas City, January 16th through the 18th. Sunnyvale, California, happen to be coming back to Rooster Teeth Feathers.
Whoa!
January 23rd,
Shout out.
25th. Houston, January 23rd, February 1st. Montreal is February 7th.
Wow.
Nashville in Zanies. Zanies in Nashville. My brain is just fucking mushy. That's March 7th and 8th. And then Tempe coming back there March 13th to the 15th. And my most requested city, I know I haven't been there in years. It's just a mishap. I blame my agent. Email him. Acme, Minneapolis. April 10th to the 12th.
Fun.
If as many people that have fucking messaged me about Minneapolis come to this show, we should be doing the fucking arena.
Yes, you and George Floyd.
And, of course, great guy. And the Wilbur Theater, April 19th. A lot of big, fun stuff. And the Patreon is out of control, Jerry.
Out of control. I'm all over the road. I have to give a plea. A plea?
Plea bargain.
Plea bargain? Is that what it is?
That's something. I
I'm
don't know
going
what
to
it
New
is.
Orleans for Thanksgiving. I go every year. This is my hometown. Tickets are shit. I know New Orleans is a late town. Everybody says that. But Jesus, I'm coming to the Orpheum. Please buy a fucking ticket. That's a beautiful room. I can't let my parents down. They're already disappointed in me. So, yeah, come to the Orpheum. I'm doing the Ryman in Nashville. I'm doing
That is very exciting.
very excited. It's not till May, so we got a couple minutes, but I got to plug Dallas Improv, Houston Improv, Phoenix Stand Up Live. So a lot of going back to the clubs. We're in Providence. I think this weekend it's already sold out. We're adding some shows. And a couple more dates in the books. So marknormancomedy.com. Go to Punch Up. Check us out on there. punchup.com/ournames. And get on the Patreon, queef it up, and praise Allah.
Chuckles.
You plug Fun Bearable. I don't have a mic. You do.
Oh, no thing. Check out Tell 'em Steve Dave.
Wow,
Brand
you
new
got it right.
podcast. Fun Bearable, the podcast. Chuck has this podcast with Ray Harrington and that other guy who's very nice. His name is Brad Roar. And they do a Halloween episode every year, every week. It's awesome. They had the big Thanksgiving episode. They dress up like pilgrims, I assume. They have Tom Wilson and Michael J. Fox coming on. He always
kill
says
Indians.
crazy guests. It doesn't even make sense. He's got
Yeah.
Pam Anderson is coming on and blowing them. Fun Bearable. Don't miss it. Get on the Patreon. And happy December. Holy shit. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving. Oh, and we're going to take Christmas week off as we have for fucking 11 years, so don't shit on a bag of tits. So far, most of you guys are so wonderful, but then every once in a while, oh my God, they bank episodes, and then we take 1 week off, and they go, what the fuck is this? Oh my God.
Go back to the old stuff. Go back to the Patreon. I'm sure there's something you haven't seen, so that'll fill that hole.
Patreon is ripping, it's roaring, it's rocking. It's Brad roaring.
There you go, folks. You heard it here third. See you all in hell. Sweep it up.
To be yourself.